Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This video is just going to be showing the step-by-step process on how I cooked my turkey this year. So first things first, we're going to start off by washing your sink. I used some bleach, scrubbed that down because we're going to be washing the turkey off inside of there, and we want to make sure everything is clean and sanitized before we do that. Anywho, I'm going to talk a little bit because this is just me opening up the turkey and all that good stuff. Yes, I want to throw in there real quick that I did, have the turkey out and let it thaw. The previous year, I did not do that. I still feel like it came out perfectly fine, but I just want to throw that in there. And I also want to just say real quick, I am so thankful for every single one of you that watch my channel, who has been here from the jump and continue on watching my channel. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful turkey day spent with friends and family. And I hope you get some really, really yummy food and your bellies are full and watch some football games afterwards. Maybe play some cards. Okay, here we go. Now, this is real quick. This is just my way of, how I cook my turkey. I'm not saying, this is the best way, whatever. Some people are asking, so I decided to record it for you guys, just in case if, it's your first year cooking and you don't know what to do. I started on my own. I just watched YouTube videos, so maybe you can learn from me if you would like to. So make sure you give it a good wash at first, then begin to take out the turkey neck. Flip it over, and you're going to feel inside there. There's going to be a bag of things as well right there. Take that out as well. Then you want to give it another wash. A little rinse off. And then right here, I'm kind of pulling up the rear of the chicken because we're going to be wanting to cut that off as well. So I'm kind of just washing inside of the cavity between its wings. You got to get all in between the crevices and make sure you don't let that little red thing fall out either. The legs were thankfully tied up with like this plastic thing. Last year I didn't have a plastic thing. I had to buy my own. Oh, there's the butt right there. I had to buy my own string and tie it together. So what you're going to want to do is grab your knife and cut that part off. Just give it a nice little chop. You don't want that on there, according to everybody else. I'm following someone else's rules as well. So, yeah. Scrub it up, dub. Make sure everything is nice and clean, and then flip it over again and kind of cut off all that excess skin as well. You're not going to be needing that either in the process. So kind of just, giving it a real good scrub, because remember, I cooked this about, I don't know, maybe a week ago. I did Friendsgiving early because everyone was leaving and I stayed home in Vegas. I did not go back to Milwaukee this year. Okay, so when you're done with that, make sure your thing is, I know I said I was washing it in the sink, but just something inside of me couldn't let me touch the inside of the sink. So right there, you're going to want to grab some vinegar and make sure you pour it all over your turkey, 1 cup. And this kind of just, gets rid of all the, I don't know, I guess it just cleans it. So make sure you rub all that in. Get in between there and inside and all throughout. Wash it with some water. Yeah, I know. This is kind of a long process. I'm sure you get it. You understand. You're probably like, Nicole, we get it, girl. It's washed. But I'm very OCD, so everything, and especially, like I said, if I'm cooking for other people, I want to make sure that everything is sanitized. That's why I have the gloves on. Because I'm just weird like that, and I would hope for people to do the same for preparing food if I went by their house. So get inside there real good. Make sure you stick your whole fist in. Make sure the water's splashing out. Get under the wings, in between, yada, yada, yada. All right. That's enough now. That is enough. Wow, I didn't realize this part was so long. Once you're done washing, I just laid out some tin foil and I grabbed my seasoning. So that is garlic powder, onion powder, accent salt, some parsley just for looks, and that's like a bunch of seasonings all together. Adobo, black pepper, and Slap Your Mama seasoning as well. So once again, I put on a fresh pair of gloves and then I began to season up the whole turkey. Make sure everything is covered because you don't want a bland turkey. Who wants that? I like seasoning, okay? Some people don't. And you can use whatever you prefer. I just use all of those pretty much all the time when I'm cooking. And make sure you put a lot as well because, you know, we gotta make sure that it is seasoned all the way. Make sure you rub it in as you're going. And I kind of just wing it. I don't like put a specific measurement at all. Just sprinkle some on there. It'll be good, I promise. I love just winging it and you know, doing it that way rather than saying, oh, you need a teaspoon of this, you need it, I mean, of course, some recipes call for that, but when I'm cooking, I like to just kind of do my own thing. Kind of sliding it around so that the backside gets, you know, covered as well. Then I'm going in with the accent all over the place. Make sure you get inside too because we're going to be putting some stuff in there in a little bit here and you don't want to miss that. Make sure you get it all over the place. Covered. All covered in there. Once again, you're just grabbing the black pepper and make sure you are covering every inch of that turkey with the black pepper. It's basically, you know, same thing with all of the seasonings. Same steps. Clearly, I don't have to say it each and every time, so I can speed up this process and move on to the next one. But before I do, I'm just curious as to what you guys do after you're done eating or waiting for the food to get done. Do you play games? Do you watch football? Do the adults play card games? Well, I guess you're considered an adult now. I'm thinking for my childhood growing up, the parents would play the cards and the kids couldn't be around the table. So we had our own little table sitting down. But I'm just curious, so make sure you just comment it down below if you want to. Using some of the adobo all around there and such. So let's move on. All right, so now we're going to be taking the injectable butter and putting that inside of the turkey. It comes with the little syringe in there. You just have to put it all together real quick, simple and easy. It's just two things, you know. It screws on, no big deal. Very self-explanatory. Screw that little piece on and it has a little opening in there. trying to show you, be like a real YouTuber cooking channel here. And that's what it looks like. You can buy it at any store, Von Smith, Albertsons, Kroger's, Pick and Save, wherever you're at, they all have it. I just pour mine into a measuring cup so that I can scoop some up in my syringe and we can start to inject it. So put it down, scoop it up with the thing, and then go ahead and, I don't know what I'm doing here, and then just go ahead and start to inject it. So I started with the thigh part, and I kind of just guess, and you can see it kind of fill up. I just really put it all over the place, to be honest. No specific rhyme or reason place. I just started going ham and injecting it absolutely everywhere, a little at a time. You can do as much as you want. The way that I did it, my turkey actually came out very, very moist and was not dry at all. Kristen, Jamil, and Delvin all said that, you know, it wasn't dry. Sometimes, you know, if you go over to people's houses, it can be dry. So, yeah, you know, she knows how to do it. She knows how to cook clean, and I don't smell like onion rings. No, but yeah, just go all over and inject some wherever you please to. It'll all be good in the long run. Just don't think too much about it. Just do it. It's going to turn out great. Don't worry. Don't have a cow over it. So yeah, basically just do the whole thing. Make sure it's all plumped up and fat. Now I'm just going to be adding some carrots, celery, and eventually some onions to the inside to bring it some flavor. But also have it so that I can pull that out and put it into my stuffing as well, you know, so they're nice and seasoned and cooked, and it'll bring some nice, yummy taste to your stuffing as well. And I give that a little seasoning too, but yeah, I'm adding, you know, celery, carrots, onions, and then in a moment here, I'm going to be adding some herbs, but make sure that it is nice stuffed all throughout there. Put all that stuff in there because you want to add that all to the stuffing in a little bit once it's done and cooked. Now I'm going to be grabbing my poultry blend. So it's like thyme, shoot, I can't remember what the other ones are called. Thyme, parsley, and one other thing. And just give those a little shove inside of there as well. I ended up using the whole container. I actually like the fact that they all came in one instead of like individually, which I have bought in the past. So that's actually really, really nice. And I also got all of this stuff from a store called Winco here in Vegas, and it is like a discounted grocery store. I'd never been there before, but all of this stuff, well, pretty much all the stuff that I made for the Friendsgiving dinner, you guys will never guess the price that I paid for everything. It was wild. I was so shocked at the checkout. I was like, no freaking way. Also, by the way, it was only $43. My total was $43. I was so shocked. My jaw was on the floor. I know. But anywho, if you are in Vegas and you go to Winco, I know this is kind of last minute because this is Thanksgiving Day, but if you spent, I believe it's $125, you get your turkey for free. And so this was the halfway point of the cooking process, and after this, I put it in for a little bit longer and covered it with tin foil. Thanks guys for watching. Bye. Love you.